So another day, another crazy move on GameStop. I was there towards the end of the day, taking advantage of that high of day breakout. In today's video, I'm going to show you the trades that I was able to take and make just about $800 in just a little bit over 10 minutes. So a really quick trade, a very nice profit, riding that momentum towards end of day. I'm also going to update you on that swing trade that I took, that 210 call that I opened on Tuesday. I swung that trade over into Wednesday, trying to take advantage of some after hours action. I closed that on Wednesday morning for a very nice profit. I'll show you that in today's video as well. As you guys may know, if you watch my daily live streams, there is a very, very heavy supply zone on all three indices that I am being a little bit concerned of and being very cautious to open up longer term swing trades. I am not sure which direction the market goes from this point, and because of that, I'm not really interested in taking any risk or putting any longer term swing trades in place because I'm not going to try to anticipate where this market goes. Because of this, I have stepped back. I've opened up the Interactive Brokers account and I've been focusing on some of these really strong momentum moves, just taking day trades, locking in profits, and trying to wait out this market to see where it wants to go next. Once we have a clear direction to either the upside or the downside, that's when I'll go ahead and jump back into those swing trades and take advantage of that momentum. But right now, it's very choppy, and I think the right thing to do, at least I believe personally for me, is to take some of these quick wins and wait for the market to find a direction. So with all that said, let's go ahead and start this video. Smash that like button before I get into it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to stay tuned for some more option trading videos, and press that bell notification so that you guys know when I go live and every single time that I post on the channel. So first, let's start by updating you real quick on the swing trade that I held from Tuesday into Wednesday. I opened some 210 calls. I opened 3 210 calls on Tuesday. If you guys want, it'll be my last video on Tuesday. I reviewed these trades. You can feel free to check that out. I held one of those contracts into Wednesday to try to take advantage of some after hours movement and some pre-market movement on GameStop. We have seen this before. This is something that GameStop loves to do, and I wanted to just let one ride to see if I could take advantage of any more upside. I locked in a ton of profit already, and I was willing to risk on this last contract. So what you guys can see is we got exactly that. This is Tuesday, this is Wednesday, this is the 5-minute chart on GameStop, and we got a really nice move here in the after hours into the pre-market. So we closed around 208, we opened around 232, so a very nice move up. So right here on the screen, you guys are going to see the last sell that I had on GameStop. I limited this just to a certain amount of time so we can clean this up, and you can just see the trade that I closed here. This was GameStop 210 call, May 28th, sold one quantity. That was the last one that I was holding, and I sold it for $26.95. I got into these contracts right around $7 or $8. So this was a very nice, just about a 200% profit here on GameStop. A very, very nice hold into the after hours, into the pre-market. I was able to lock that in and lock in the final of that swing trade. I closed it about 9:50, so about 20 minutes into the open. I got a little concerned about what may happen, and I was up very nicely, almost 200%, and that was it. I just wanted to take the profits, get the stress off of my shoulders, and move on with the rest of my day. So that is the update on the swing trade. Now let's go ahead and jump into the trades that I was able to take today. All right, guys, so here is the price action for GameStop today. This is the 1-minute chart that you're looking at on GameStop. I did not trade this at all because it really underperformed almost all day. What it seemed like was that all of the volume was being flooded into AMC. While AMC was going absolutely crazy, if I go over to AMC's chart, while AMC was going straight up on this entire move, anywhere from 12 o'clock to around 2 o'clock, this straight up move, GameStop was doing absolutely nothing. So if we go to GME, from 12 to 2, GameStop was basically sideways. And I felt like there was something brewing here on GameStop. These stocks were going crazy. There was no momentum in GameStop. The volume was flooding out of it. And I was just patiently waiting to see if we could try to retest this high of day here around $250 a share. It's a high of day. It's a very strong psychological level. We rejected very hard off of it earlier in the day, and I figured if we could get a strong move over that 250, there would be a big move coming. So I went ahead, I stayed patient, and I waited for this breakout. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the trades so that you guys can see exactly when I started to get into this. All right, guys, so zoomed in here with the trades on the screen. Let's go ahead and break down this trade. The white line you see is still that high of day, that 250 level. So my first entry on this GameStop 260 call was at 15:19. That's 3:19 p.m. I got in some 260s at $7.79, 5:19 p.m. That is right here on this green candle. So I saw this big move higher. I saw this huge volume increase. Look at the volume before this candle. So look at this volume on the left, and then look at this volume right here. These two bars right here had some massive, massive volume, and it got me very interested. Now, I did not want to get in just on this blind pump here. I wanted a pullback to that 9 EMA. So I waited about 3 candles, 3 minutes, and I got that pullback close to the 9 EMA. I didn't get into it right at that 9 EMA, but I was willing to add to this position. So I had one contract as a starter, and I wanted to add to it. So my first position was here at 779, right here at 3:19 p.m. on this candle. Now, you see my next order comes in at 27, so 3:27 p.m. at $8.64. The reason I got into this right here on this curl higher, on this 27 candle right here, I saw that we held that 9 EMA. I was patient. I didn't sell for a loss because what happened here was that it held the 9 EMA perfectly. It aligns with my strategy. As long as it holds that 9, I am holding this trade. If it would have broke below, I would have taken my loss and I would have moved on. But we held it perfectly. We started to curl back higher, and on this 1527 candle, so 3:27 p.m., I added to my contract at 864, and the volume started really, really flooding in here. And just a minute later, we got that huge breakout of that important 250 level. So after we got the 250 break, it was pretty easy from that point. I just sat back, I relaxed because I knew the momentum was going to flood in, and I did not want to get out of this too early. I wanted to try to take these profits and ride this higher. So what you guys will see is about 10 minutes later at 3:34 p.m. So that's right around here, 3:34 p.m. I sold on this pump higher for $10.08. So we got a nice push higher on that 3:34 p.m. candle. I did hold through this pullback because it was still above the 9 EMA, and I wanted to see if we could curl back off of it. When we started to move higher, I did go ahead and ditch one of my contracts because the profits were great, and I did not want to get too greedy here, and I didn't know if this was just a push higher and it was going to be a little bit of a double top on GameStop. And when you're trading contracts on GameStop, which have such high implied volatility and have such wild movements, you always want to try to sell into a move higher. If you are selling into a move lower, you can get some major slippage. The IV in the contracts can really affect the premiums, and that's why I sold one of my contracts here into that push higher at 10:08, which was around 3:34 p.m. So I sold one here, locked in just about $300 in profit. The next one was right here at 3:39. So 3:39 was basically the top of this candle right here. I basically top ticked it here on the last contract, and this was at $14.15 at 3:39 p.m. You guys can see that right there. So very nice. This one was up just about 100%. So from 779 to 14.15, just about 100%. This one from 8 to 10, not so quite, but a good trade as well. So my last exit was here at 3:39 p.m. So a nice little ride. Why did I get into this? Number 1, momentum into the end of day. Number 2, a huge volume push here. Number 3, a pullback to the 9 EMA, a very nice hold here, and not one time while I was in this trade did it break below that 9 EMA, which is just according to my strategy, and I was able to sit back, relax, and watch the profits roll in. As soon as I started to see some big red candles come in, a little bit of a blow off top, a loss in momentum, I took my profits and moved on. I was considering holding this into tomorrow, but the profits were great and I felt myself getting greedy, so I just went ahead and locked this in. A great trade. What you guys will see after we pulled back, we broke below the 9 EMA, and this started to get really choppy, so I am very happy that I did go ahead and get out. But that's my trade, guys. That's my second trade today on GameStop. Just that break of high of day, something that you guys can keep an eye out for if you're trading these very strong momentum stocks. So some really nice trades on GameStop. That swing trade was very nice. Some really nice after hours and pre-market action, locking in those profits on Wednesday. Today, taking that trade over high of day and riding some of that momentum. I didn't want to swing this last contract into tomorrow. Number one, I'm a little concerned about where the stock goes. Number two, the option contracts are extremely expensive now. So I would have had to put on a lot more risk to swing a trade into tomorrow. Whereas on Tuesday, my contract was around $600 to $700, which I've already locked in about $2,400. So the downside was very, very limited and the risk wasn't really there. For me today, these contracts were up in the $1,400, $1,500 range, and that's a little bit too much risk for my appetite, so I just went ahead and locked it in. So as I said earlier, the swing trades have been a little bit lighter recently. I've still been posting some ideas on the live streams as well as in the Discord and on my Options Insider Instagram. Some of them look really good still. Boeing, Royal Caribbean are two that I've been watching and have been performing great, and I've gotten some messages from some of you guys that took Boeing and have been profiting off it, so congratulations to you guys on that. But I am still very concerned about that heavy supply zone above on the NASDAQ, on the SPY, and on the Dow. So let's go ahead and see what happens in this market. Tune into my live streams every single morning where we review the futures every morning and we review some other stocks that I'm watching. Overall, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You were able to see how I traded GameStop today, trying to ride that momentum higher through that high of day breakout. Before you head out, smash that like button for me. It really helps out the video and helps the channel continue to grow. Subscribe for some future videos and some live streams in the morning. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.